Welcome guys, welcome. Life's a game, back once again guys, back once again. No, it's been quite some time guys since I did that legendary Manning Zoo 4 directive mission with randoms. I've just kind of been away for a bit. I do those missions sometimes just to ensure that I know at times, or when I know at times I'm going to be away from the game for a bit. So I'll just do that guys to kind of wet your palate for just a minute before I start. Once again, as you're seeing here respectively, get back into it guys. We got helping random agents with incursions, acquire the legendary Ouroboros part 19 if I'm not mistaken, number 19. So appreciate all of you agents, all of you fans alike, whether you're agents of this game or not, that tune into this and enjoy seeing these. Appreciate it guys. Hit the like button at the very least guys, at the very least hit the like button. Do not have to subscribe, but hitting the like button helps it out, helps promote it to various agents, allowing them to also see the awesome action you guys get to see, so they know the know-how, and can also too learn the know-how of how to do this. They can also learn the know-how of how to do this. And in relation to that guys, them realizing how to do this just ultimately creates a more dynamic community of knowledge that also knows how to run the mission guys, and in return every agent will be able to run this mission and also other missions, and that goes with patience, distance, focus, as I talk about many times, whether it's legendary or incursions guys respectively. All agents will be on the same page and know how to run it, and they'll be able to complete it. Although I gotta say honestly, as I always do in my incursion videos, that you cannot practice patience, distance, focus so much in this mission. It's more close-knit quartered, but you guys know how that goes though. Obviously there's more than one way to reach the goal, but there is still a structured way to run it, obviously, as you're seeing here. So we'll go ahead and get into it guys, and continue getting into it respectively right here as we continue. No pun intended, of course. But yeah, my teammates here guys, very interesting. It's kind of a funny thing here, I'll go ahead and say, as we're battling it here. You see me with the chameleon, starting off with my relaxed chameleon build. Laxed, I do say. I thought we would be able to do this one a little more smoothly, like more smoothly, more relaxed, more comfortably. But as you guys will see moving forward, I think I might change my gun options up due to the team. But yeah, it's funny with the team I'm running with. So you see Ibra Zebra. I ran with this guy before in a legendary mission. You're seeing Noob Gamer, I ran with him before too, and Day I ran with him before as well. So all three of these agents guys I somehow randomly asked to run missions, and these guys were the guys that joined, and somehow I've ran with all three of them before guys. So these guys, I'm pretty sure you agents here will obviously agree that incursion's a lot easier than legendary missions. As you see me go down here, somebody was shooting me there just as I was trying to get that one guy, the last enemy's life down there, and he was like he had like literally like 0.01% life, and that guy kind of got me from the side. I should have dodged behind that yellow structure there, that truck, but I wasn't able to do that. You see my teammates taking him out, so that's good guys. But like I said, incursions, number 19 guys, acquiring the legendary Ouroboros, you know how that goes. Just waiting on the devs guys, trying to see what they're gonna do. You know, I've been looking at all this division stuff going out guys. I know I totally haven't come out with videos and whatnot. I'll be updating my Twitter X. However, you guys, you want to follow that, go in my description, and definitely follow my Twitter X. You guys will be seeing updates on that and some ideas of what I think about exactly what's going on. I might even do a video in the future pretty soon regarding that, but you know, it's just one step at a time guys. I haven't really announced anything as far as new legendary missions, like a new incursion or anything like that. There was talk about Survivor. To be honest guys, I'll be honest with you guys, I never played Division 1. Everybody keeps a lot of players will beg me that know me now to play Division 1. I just wasn't there at that time. So if you want to say I'm a late agent to the game, I guess you can say a late elite agent to the game, I guess you could say that. But like I said, I'm looking forward to Survivor guys, whatever that might entail, what that might bring, and hopefully we can have some fun with that, however they set that up. But I'll be getting to you guys with more information on that. If you guys want to see my thoughts on what I think that is, delving more into it in the future, stay tuned guys, stay tuned. Definitely follow my Twitter X page, because you'll see comments on that stuff that you definitely will not see in these videos. So just letting you know guys. But you see us here respectively switching over to the capacitor again, because judging by our last performance in those other rooms, our DPS output, I was just saying I think I might want to have my capacitor build on. I was thinking of the Ouroboros build, but I was like, let me go ahead and equip my capacitor build. It's pretty strong there, as you're seeing. Was at 190.9 I believe K per shot naturally, but I don't think that was actually it. That's just it at its base. As a matter of fact, I believe I'm getting around 400, 500K a shot. So like I said, guys, sometimes it requires you to change depending on what team you're running with in order to make things a little easier. You know, avoid the wipes and whatnot, although it can happen, and it does. But that only allows you to be able to fix your build and be able to make it correctly right so that you can go ahead and do what you know you need to do. I have ran with these agents before. I'm not sure if it was the Incursion missions or if it was probably it's Legendary. I think I brought some of these guys through Legendary, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Going back, their names do ring a definite close bell, guys. I can say that much, so yeah. But yeah, guys, like just trying to focus in on it. Okay, so you see me hitting him here, yeah, around 200k, around 500k, 400k if I get a good shot. Yeah, so about I was right, about 500k a shot. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm within Incursions. Like I said, you just want to have a team that's well structured, that knows what they're doing. These guys all knew the mechanics. Totally not much I had to tell them, guys. They all knew what they were doing, going up and down. You see me right here, respectively, on the left side, looking around. I haven't run Incursions in a bit. I was like, why not? You know, let me go ahead and get that number 19 showcase going. Somebody, the Ouroboros might be screaming somebody's name, guys. So we got to figure that out. Find out and see if any of these agents end up picking the Ouroboros up that did not have it before. We shall see. So see me taking that guy out there. This shield guy's coming from behind. And the capacitor is so strong, guys. It's like a sleeping giant. A lot of people, I think, sleep on this gun. It's one of the most powerful guns in the game, guys. I totally got to say, I got to admit it. I mean, ARs, as far as ARs are concerned, this is like top A1 steak sauce, guys. Like, if you don't have the Ouroboros, you better be using the capacitor, because that's a definite substitute for the Ouroboros. And even, like, I wouldn't even say substitute, because you can zoom in with the capacitor. That's the whole key thing about this gun that a lot of other guns don't have. You have that zoom in scope, and that's just, it's crazy. Like, the hitting it does. Like, if you can build an elite key level capacitor build, and you agents that have built key capacitor builds, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about in terms of power and in terms of just exactly how strong this build can hit. Seeing a few 600k there as I was hitting that guy there. I don't think I was hitting that high on it, but this build's pretty interesting, guys. So yeah, I mean, as far as the capacitor, guys, I know my build's not the strongest capacitor build. You can find builds definitely, I'm sure, on the YouTube that are much better than mine. As I'm not really like the main build person, I do make structured builds. Main builds that work for myself, of course. There's such a plethora variety of builds, guys, that I cannot just recommend one or tell you to play with a specific one, because it depends on the player. There's a lot of tank players, a lot of players that like to use foam oxidizer. I definitely still need to incorporate that into my one of my builds. There's people that play with pulse. Like I said, just depends on what type of agent you are, but there are killer builds nonetheless for anything. That includes sniper, shotgun, whatever you use. It really doesn't matter. Pistol. You guys see me do that. I actually use a pistol build to complete Legendary 4 directed missions. So it just depends on what agent you are. Although I might have to switch to this one. I actually did switch to this build during one of those missions towards the end, the Manning Zoo one. This is actually that same one I was using. So yeah, like I said, capacitor is pretty good, guys. Capacitor is pretty neat. But what you want to do in this room, as I say always, as always, guys, you guys have been watching my videos, you know exactly what it is. You want to keep patient, you want to keep distant. Although patience, distance, focus, you cannot practice that to the highest degree in here. But as long as you know the runarounds, then you'll get it right. It's kind of like with teeth, like, you know, like although I'm not the biggest like tooth person, it's kind of like your nerves and then nerve endings, you know. As far as incursions, it's just about knowing like what to do, like where you're supposed to be at, how to move. What I mean by nerve endings with the nerve in your teeth, as far as you know, incursions and like patience, distance, focus, is just as long as you know incursions, guys, not incursions, as long as you know patience, distance, focus, which is the nerve, the main nerve, then you're gonna be able to apply to missions. And it's more or less like I said, like the nerve endings. Like you'll be able to, you'll more or less get the surrounding scope of what you need to do. You'll more or less have the run around of what to do. So it won't be as hard as to be able to work through it if you're following what I'm saying. You know, like it's the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, more so to speak. Speaking more clearly, specifically, guys. So as you're seeing here, and by the way, definitely not a fan of dentists and all that stuff, guys. I know how all that stuff can be too. So it just is what it is, but it's just funny. I might use some comparisons. They might not always be the greatest, but you guys know what I mean along the lines of, like, as long as you know Patience is Focus, the main core structure of it. Everything surrounding that, you'll know everything surrounding it, such as the nerve ending surrounding the nerve. So that's more or less all I was getting at, guys. So as you're seeing here, you're seeing us and our team work very good, very diligently. We're working pretty well. My other teammates are down there doing a good job of keeping the tanker out. We kept the drones off of us, obviously, as I was explaining all that other stuff earlier. And yeah, like I said, incursions and any other raid for that matter, guys, any other raid for that matter, you have to just know the mechanics. That's all it really comes down to, like just knowing the mechanics, knowing how to move. That's it. That's literally all it comes down to. A lot of people get it mixed up with legendary missions. I'm like, it's not nearly at all agent at all as hard as a legendary mission, especially with directives. Like, as long as you just know the mechanics of these missions, guys, and you have other agents that do, you'll be fine. Because like I said, I'll admit it's hard to do this alone. You want to make sure everybody has their post and is doing right. Although there are agents that have ran, you know, Incursion alone, because they have different builds set up, different types of builds, which is quite interesting. You know, you can do that. It just shows you the variety of the builds of this game work, guys. And that's what I like to show you, and that's why, like you said, or like I said, for instance, you know, or like you've seen, that's what I wanted to say more or less. You've seen people go through this mission by themselves and whatnot. You see me do legendary 4 directed missions with randoms. That's just more or less showing that the builds that this game incorporates can work as long as you know how to play the game. That's really all it comes down to, guys. And like I said, a lot of agents will struggle with how to play the game and whatnot. And that's where all the hard stuff comes in. As you see us taking this guy out, this guy needs like 1 billion bullets sunken into him before he can go down, guys. 1 billion bullets sunken in before he can be the sunken ship. So we got him out. Glad to be back, by the way, guys. Glad to be back. Like, I mean, it's on and off, guys. On and off. You know how that is. IRL obligations, work, and whatnot. I just finding it a little more trying to do videos, you know, when you're not feeling up to it and stuff like that. Or if I'm tired, you know, I got to like make sure that I'm there for it, guys. If I'm not there for it, I can't do these performances. I won't be able to bring this to you. So I got to make sure I find a healthy niche, which I'm beginning to do, guys, which is how I was able to do this video. So yeah. Like I said, as long as we keep doing what we got to do, we'll be fine. As long as I keep just focusing on that, all I got to do is just make sure that I have, I set time aside for you guys and all that stuff. And that's definitely what I'm working on for sure. As you're seeing us clear this room right here. So yeah, guys, do not fret at all. The gravy train has not stopped. I have a lot more games planned. I have some live streams coming up. Ding, ding, for you guys watching. I got some live streams coming up in the future. You know, there's big time games coming out, and I'm going to bring them to you guys. I'm going to definitely 100% for a fact. I'll be bringing some more games to you guys in the later stages of this year. With the clock winding down, starting in September. We got some gems to bring you. So, like I said, stay tuned, guys. And at the same time as I'm bringing those gems, I'll still be respectively dishing you out this excellent A1 steak sauce Division 2 content as well, guys. As a Division 2 god, it's my priority and my obligation to continue to feed you guys with videos. You agents that follow me, I just don't feel right if I'm not able to put a video out there for you guys. I know you guys follow me, you support me, so I'm like, I want to be able to put some videos out there for you guys, keep you guys on your toes, keep you ready to go, keep you motivated while you're out there, guys. I know sometimes some of you guys might come back from wiping off of a legendary mission and you're like, damn it, you know, if I had this person here, you know, blah, blah, blah. If Life's a Game, maybe if Life's a Game was running with me, blah, 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 and you'll probably come, you'll see a new video on me. You know, give you that much more confidence to run the mission again, to try the mission again, because you might see me run it. You might have failed Incursion, maybe, who knows. And I'm coming out with this now, and you're seeing it, and you're like, you know what? He's right. The mission can be done. We just got to all be on the same page. Matter of fact, guys, I highly implore all agents that you run with, if you follow me, to follow my channel on YouTube and watch my videos. Because if you have a whole clan that knows who I am, and watches videos and takes in what I'm saying, and you guys are all on the same page, I'm telling you guys, people think I'm lying. That I'm laughing the same way they thought I was laughing before I did 4 directive legendary missions, guys. Most recent being Manning National Zoo, and that was my second clear of that. I will be going, for you guys that are watching this video right now, exclusive information is always given in the video, so I appreciate you guys watching. GG's, keep watching. I will be going for Tidal Basin 4 directives again at some point. I will not say when that will be coming out, but just look out for that, because I will be doing that again, guys. I remember I've done all these missions already with 4 directives already. You say why 4? A lot of people might ask me why 4, because the last directive, it doesn't allow you to use another skill as you're using your other skill, and I feel that literally deviates completely away from what the division is and making a whole complete build. I feel like there's ways they can literally make directives harder, much harder, without taking a skill away from your agents. I feel like all they need to do, they need to implement stuff that makes the enemies harder, whether it's extra armor, whatever it is, and you keep everything you have, because there's ways the devs can do that. They can buff the enemies at will to the point your weapons could feel like preschool weapons. They could do all sorts of stuff. So I'm saying that one directive is just annoying, and all it will do is just take time to complete, and you're gonna have to be running with key Discord agents and all that stuff to do that stuff, which is why I don't add that directive, guys. I'm not saying I cannot do it. I definitely feel I could, for sure, but it's just you have to have a structured group of agents, and my whole channel wraparound is about helping random agents such as yourself watching how to beat these missions, not like the content creator you guys watch on YouTube, Twitch, or whatnot, and you totally see them, like, you know, get through content, and you're like, how the hell do I do that? How do I find agents like that to even do that with, that'll even do that with me? You know, even if they get the stuff, will they give it to me? You know, this is that. I know how that can be. That's why people pay on a lot of those sites and whatnot. But I'm here to tell you guys that, respectively, you do not have to do that. My channel's here to show you guys how to do this with randoms. And that's why I do this with the best way I know how to do it, and showing you that it can be done. So 4 directed legendary missions, definitely no walk in the park. Not much different from 5 directives, to be honest. If you really think about it, apart from that really bad directive. So it is what it is, guys, and I've done stuff like that in the past. It's just, it's not something I'd find interesting. It's something that a lot of people would realistically, guys. I do things that realistically make sense. A lot of randoms realistically aren't going to do that with the skill that takes away, directive that takes away one of your skills. It's a really dumb directive. A lot of agents agree with me, like 98+% agents agree with me. They don't run with that, and it's already hard as hell enough as it is with all the other ones. They only put like 1 or 2 on, much less 4. So yeah, guys, like I said, I just do this just to show you guys power to random agents, guys. If you're a random and you don't have, I mean, I guess we're all randoms. If nobody, you know, I'm a random to you guys, if obviously if we don't know each other. But I'm just saying in the sense of, if you don't have friends to play with, power to agents, guys. Power to the random agents that don't have all the biggest clan groups and friends to play with. That's why my channel exists, guys. That's why my channel exists, for you guys that want a group to play with, and you're like, man, how the hell do I get through this content that these content creators get with, that they have all these key Discord agents to help them. I'm showing you how to do this, guys, and you do not need any Discord agents. You don't need any of those content creators. None of that stuff. You can just do this all yourself, and people be thinking that you're like invincible and everything, and it's like it just is what it is. It's like it can be done. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing, obviously, guys, but it can be done. As you see him running here, I turned that valve there. So I played with these agents before, guys, as I said, respectively, already. I have ran with these guys before, and I think I did legendary with them, if I'm not mistaken. Some type of legendary mission, but as I said, guys, pretty decent here. I know I had key DPS here for damn sure. I had killer DPS on this guy. So although it took us, you know, maybe a bit of time to get to him, I guess with that first spin, we do possess weapons that can put heavy DPS on this guy. So that totally doesn't matter, guys. We can go ahead and wait to light this guy up and still get it done. It really doesn't matter. But as I said, guys, I know I have not uploaded some videos in some days, but do not wink, as I say all the time on my Twitter X. It's not that I've lost interest. It's not that I'm bored or I'm running out of ideas, that I don't have the energy. It's not that. It's just, it's got to be structured, guys. And as far as not having the energy, I guess that's half true, because, you know, at times I get back from my job and whatnot, then it's like, you know, can I do this? Do I have the strength to totally run one of these missions and take random agents through it, whether that be this or legendary? My life's different in ways, so it's like I said, guys, just please hit that like button, guys. It does take time to be able to do this stuff. You don't have to subscribe. As I said, guys, you do not have to subscribe. It's totally all up to you, although I highly appreciate it if you do. It's just, you know, liking the video gets it out there to other agents, so the whole community can start seeing this as you see me get him there. I love doing that. That's a way to get him on the left without having to rely on any other agents to come. You want to pull him back here, and light him up at the back area after doing that. And yeah, like I said, that left valve, guys, you can kind of like dodge on that square there and then like literally turn the valve without having to have any other agents come to help. It's just one way to make it a lot more convenient and faster, but you'll get more used to that, doing that as you run the mission a lot more. But as I said, guys, you want to just you want to smash that like button as much as you can, guys, because it literally helps out a lot. That's what I was just more or less emphasizing. It helps out a lot. It helps get the video out there, guys, so every other agent knows of these videos, and they also get to know the concepts of what it takes to actually beat these missions. Not just this, the legendary missions, guys. It could be the 4 directed legendary missions. Because like I said, guys, the more agents that see this stuff and know it, the better the community gets, guys. The more they're knowledgeable about it, and the better they start playing. So that's all I'm saying. The more you hit that like button, that's the more likely that is to happen, that you guys can find agents. So it's like, I don't necessarily have to be in your group or whatever or whatnot in order to, you know, be able to beat these missions, or some top level agents you're waiting on, some key level friend that you have. You don't have to wait for them every single time to run these missions and beat them. If you want to get to that, guys, just like I said, like the video. And as you're seeing right here, you're seeing Right chase me. He's trying to cut my torso in half, guys. So I gotta just keep moving. And I'm trying to get him back here. I'm calling him back here to get him right here on this pillar here. Did they end up getting him on this one? Okay, so nobody got him on that one, guys. That's why I was calling it out here, and I was saying, okay, it's cool. That's why it's so crucial to have a mic, guys. I don't know how I was doing this in the past without one, and I was. But I had a mic here, so I was like, okay, this guy's still coming after me. I was looking at what valves are there, and I was like, you know what? I was thinking of the bar, but I was like, nah, let me get him back right here. And I was like, somebody, please, you gotta get him here. Okay, so they get him here, guys. I was telling him kind of stay up there and lead him to the room, and yep, these guys are coming back, and they get me there, guys. They definitely get me there. I was not expecting the flame there to run into that purple flame. The enemy kind of came. Well, respectively, I wasn't expecting the enemy, guys. My bad. The purple flame, obviously, I saw there from the time Right was on me. It's just the enemy, and we got like a heavy back here, guys. So you know how that goes already. See me trying to kind of work it here. I don't have any heals. Let's see how this turns out. So you see me take that heavy out, guys. This guy's back here trying to stay back. And that's why I like having a shield. Sometimes people say, why do I have a shield? In Incursion, I'm like, there's a reasons, guys. You want to have protection. That's a key thing. And getting yourself ready like that, just always like that, to have key DPS and a key defense, that gets you ready for legendary missions. Because I always stress, guys, in legendary, you totally want to have DPS, and you also want to have defense. You never just want to have just one. I mean, even if your DPS is like godly, like it doesn't matter. Like you want to have some type of defense. As you see me getting him here. And even if your defense is godly, you want to have some type of offense, because it's like, unless you're playing a specific role on a team, guys, or you're like healer or whatever, and your team just has 3 elite DPS people, then it is what it is. But like I said, it's all a balance. That's what it is about with certain legendary missions. Although this is not legendary, it's between heroic and legendary. But you want to make sure that you just have a balance, guys. That's all it comes down to. And as you're seeing there, Right did not to drop the Ouroboros, guys. Right actually dropped the Ouroboros twice for me. In the past, and people said, told me a lot I should go run the lottery because they're like, it's a 1% chance to get that, and I got it twice. I guess 3rd time's a charm, guys. You ever see me run this and Right drops Ouroboros again, I promise you that same day I will go out and I will run the lottery, guys. And we'll see what happens with that. We shall see what happens with that. And if I do end up winning the lottery that day, guys, every subscriber watching me will get $1,000 from me. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and say that if Right does drop it again and it's 1%. Only the subscribers that are watching me, though, guys, and I'll be able to tell that. I will happily send you to whatever count you have, your $1,000. Do I win the lottery, guys? I promise you that. Okay, so let's see. We're going through here. I didn't know it was so rare, guys, like for Right to drop the Ouroboros like that, 1%. I didn't think about it. I thought it was like 2% or something, or like 3%. Like chance maybe, like the bosses could drop it. But no, it's actually like 1%, they say, or something like that. So it's like, if that's the case, that's crazy how that happened twice for me. And that was in the earlier days when it was more new. So it is what it is, guys. You know, I don't know. There's people that said that they've beaten Right millions of times, like literally thousands of times, and it's never, with all caps, ever dropped for them. And they're like, yeah, you have some interesting luck, some agents say, because they're like, they've played it many times and it hasn't happened. So it is what it is, guys. But yeah, I just find that kind of a little interesting there. But as we're moving forward, guys, I could say this much, though. I will say this. The Division is starting to gain a little more steam. The Division franchise is starting to come back out again. I'll say a little bit more about what's came out, guys, since I didn't do a video on it, obviously. And I will be doing something on that at some point. But, you know, Survivor coming back and all that stuff, what they said. Obviously, I was an avid Division 1 player. Maybe I need to get into that. Maybe you guys will watch me do that. If I did, possibly. Who knows? But who knows, guys? You guys let me know in the comment section below. But as I said, Division is getting back on it, guys. We're going to see what they're doing, though. We're going to see what's going on with it. It is very thrilling to know that they're continuing with Division 2. It's not like they're ending it, talking about Division 3. Division 3 is years off, guys. I know people have been talking about that, but I'm like, we're not going to see anything on Division 3 until about like maybe 2026, ending of 2026, like in the winter months of 2026, or like 2027, mid like summer 2027 maybe. You know, we're not going to hear too much. This game has too much potential. I say that to say this game has so much potential, and they haven't really cranked out everything they could crank out in this game. They haven't squeezed the sponge dry, if you know what I mean, guys. They haven't gotten all the water out the sponge yet, and I feel like there's a lot more water in there. There's a lot more they can do, and they're starting to see that, I think, and that's why a lot of the key directors are coming back to the game. I think that's why all that's going on, and I'm happy about it, guys. I mean, what more can I say? You guys want to see more high-flying Division 2 action? I kind of shudder to think when the days of Division 2 end. It's going to be a kind of sad time for me, like in a sense. You know, I used to bring you guys all these videos, everybody that used to bring you it. But hey, we'll be on Division 3 during that time, so it is what it is. But Division 2, there's a very special place in my heart for this game, guys. Despite all its ups and downs, despite the headaches it's done as far as releasing content, there's just something about this game, guys, that hits that no other game hits, like as far as looter shooters, guys. If they really did what they're supposed to do with this game, made ice peak like places, sand places, you go into like a volcanic area, explore, you go to like a space station. If they did all sorts of stuff with this game, guys, and the way this game is and operates, this engine, like it would just be something else. It would be the best looter shooter on the planet. I say that all the time, guys. That's why I run this game. I played all the games. I played Anthem. Tidbit tried Destiny, I think, a little bit. A lot of people told me about Borderlands. There's just no game that hits like this, and I'm not saying any of those games are bad. I'm just saying when this game is on its P's and Q's, there's no other looter shooter game out there that can compete, in my honest opinion, with this game. Like when it's on its game, when it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, they're making new content, they're doing things like, you know, like say they were to add crossplay, like I'm just saying, global legendary, different areas, as I said, guys, different spots you can go to, like you can, you know, battles on the ocean. I'm just saying different little things. I'm saying if this game was to do all that with its engine and the graphics and stuff, and just the whole gameplay and know-how and the way it operates, the smoothness of it, third person, there's no other looter shooter that's touching it, guys. That's why I say what I say. So like I said, Division is doing a lot, guys. It's doing a lot of things, and we're gonna see what's going on. You know, especially Arc Raiders and all that stuff around the corner. I know that they're looking at that. And I think the real challenge to Arc Raiders is going to be Division 3, guys. I don't think it's fair to put Division 2 against that, because Arc Raiders is something that's coming out in 2025. And it's like Division 2 came out in like 2018, like 2019, or somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like you can't compare a game that's nearly like 10 years older than another game and try and compare them. And that's crazy doing that. This just shows you how great the Division is. If they're comparing games that just came out now, like recently, to like their latest installment, which was like 7 years ago for the Division. So imagine when Division 3 comes out, it's going to blow Arc Riders out the water. That's just my personal opinion when it does come out. So it just makes you see that there's no other looter shooter, I feel, in the market like this. Arc Raiders is great. And that's one thing for me to say. I could be wrong, guys. You know, Arc Raiders, it could come out there and be like, hey, you know, I haven't been on that one yet. I've heard so much positivity about it. I've seen it. It's an excellent game. But you know, guys, as I said, we shall see. We shall see how it goes. Just know that, you know, this game is my bread and butter. No matter what happens, guys, I will never stop uploading Division 2 videos. But there will be live streams of other games and all sorts of things going on my channel, guys. If you guys are not aware, if you're not one of my live stream watchers, it is what it is. But just know that there will be more content coming, guys. So just look out for that as we're battling these lovebirds here. I've been talking along. You know, I kind of go off here and there, talking about stuff. As far as the Division, just kind of ranting here and there, doing a little vlog here about the Division 2 and what it's doing, guys. You know, it's always good, guys. My mind always goes when I'm doing these things, so it's always good. But I'm just bringing you guys another Incursion video. I hope you guys are enjoying it. By the way, I hope you guys have all been well. I hope everything's been going good. You know, I know these days it's been like, you know, as far as myself, it's one step at a time, guys. What more can I say? And in this room, as I cannot stress, guys, I'll always keep reiterating this as I show you it. You want to dodge the bombs on the ground. See those red markings when your character is highlighted in red, outlining, you want to move, even if you don't see it. You don't want to get hit by that. You see us battling the lovebirds here. You want to keep going back and forth. You want to just kind of keep out their sights, and then when it's time to do it again, you want to be able to, you know, position yourself, get back to where you need to be. So you see these enemies coming in. You see me with my my stinger hive. I'm throwing that out there. Makes it a lot easier. Gives us like a whole gives us like a whole radius of like protection. Literally, I just throw it out there, and it's like it keeps a lot of the enemies back. I know obviously the bosses and stuff will come into it, but yeah. So I was kind of just telling them mostly, guys, and as I'll tell you guys here, you want to focus on one. Usually, I always tell them Martinez, although some people focus on Johnson, depending. But to be honest with you, I'd rather say to focus on Martinez, and the reason for that is because Martinez is always the one that gets the closest. It's always the one you could take the most damage off of and do the most damage to. So it's like, I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it with Johnson, but you'd have to do it with from a distance. And some teams do vouch for that because they don't want to deal with his drone spamming at the end. But the drone spamming is really not much. The DPS that I've seen here were pretty good. It's if your DPS is struggling and you don't have any protection is when you need to worry about that, which kind of goes back to my main saying, guys, what I was saying earlier. Remember when I was saying you want to have a good defensive build and a good offensive build at the same time? I mean, you want to be able to have good defense. As I said, people will ask, why do I use a shield and incursion? And I'm like, you want to have good defense. Depends on the build, but you want to have good defense and good offense. You want to have good defense and good offense, and that's what I mean by when I say when Johnson comes with the drones. If you have good defense, and you don't have to worry really too much about the drones, because your offense is going to take care of that as you have good defense. So that's why I say you can't have the greatest offense and no defense. If you had just only offense, guys, you'd be able to shoot them, but you'd have to watch for their shots of you being shot. If you had great defense, you'd be able to block all the bullets, but then again, you're not putting any damage on the enemy as you see them bomb me there as I go down. So my whole thing on this, guys, is not, you know, being like the key person that's always doing this, always alive. My thing is just, as long as my team knows, guys, if you watch how I play, if you guys really closely pay attention to how I play, as long as my team knows what's going on and they're on the same page as me, I'm not really worried too much about going down, guys, because I know my team's in the right spot. They get the notion, they get the gist of things, we'll be okay. Vice versa if they go down. But here's the thing, there are certain points, guys, where I got to solidify myself, especially during 4 directive legendary missions, where it's like there's certain areas I don't want to go down, or there's no reason to go down, or I don't feel comfortable going down because I'm putting my team in a tough spot, and I tell that all the time. So like I said, guys, when my talent's got to shine, I definitely allow it to do that. But there are times when I do, that's just me trusting in my team, guys. When I go down, I'm like, you guys are good enough, you know, to be able to get it done. There's been times I've gone down in some missions and the team's there, and I'm like, you guys have it. You can get it done. They might be a little shaky on it, but I'm like, you guys have it. You can get it done. I've been seeing you the way you've been playing. You know, I apologize to them if I die in a bad spot, as you guys have seen. I don't often do that at all. But if it does happen, I've had teammates at times play and get me back up, and then I restructure everything and we get back going. So as I said, guys, as you see me go down here again, so it's like that stuff can happen, guys. Like I said, even without all my skill level and stuff, that can happen. It's just about being all on the same page, guys. It's the closest I've ever seen, by the way, Johnson get. This guy's such a scaredy cat. I guess he thought he could press us really fast because he thought our team wasn't that strong. But although we might have not had the greatest DPS and all that stuff, we did have enough to keep this guy honest and finish him off. So we finished this right here, guys. Well, not quite. Still a couple guys out here as I throw my hive out there to be able to hopefully light these guys up. Wish that guy would just die because the hive is thinking he's still there and he's not. Okay, so I'm seeing that nade there, guys. Watching it again. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. I saw that from a mile away when he launched. I don't know why I didn't dodge. That's crazy. That's wild, guys. That's totally wild. I don't know why. Even the best of them, guys. So I'm telling you, I show you this. I don't try and hide my times I go down or nothing, guys. Like I said, I'm an agent just like you and just like you guys watching. I'm an agent just like you guys. You know, I might have high success rates. I use my talent to do what I got to do, but nonetheless, as I tell you, I can go down. If I'm not being careful, I can go down. And I believe we were running that with directives, or not directives, with modifiers. I think somebody might have had modifiers on. Yeah, they did. Which, it is what it is, guys. Usually I run this stuff without modifiers, but it is what it is. The key thing here, though, however, like I said, I'm just trying to help people out, guys, at times. And some of them feel comfortable with modifiers, so who the hell am I to tell them how to play? Key thing here is who got the Ouroboros, guys. Did anybody get the Ouroboros? I mean, I think a few of these agents had it already. We're going to go ahead and go on in and check and see, guys. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this thus far. We are going to get in there, and we're going to see if we can get the Ouroboros, as you see me typing my YouTube channel in the chat to them, in case they have not respectively liked or subscribed to the channel. Let's see, guys. And we did not receive the Ouroboros, guys. The legendary Ouroboros did not show its face today. I guess I did not do the DPS they wanted me to do. I did not dazzle them with it, I guess, because usually when I use the Ouroboros or a high level, I mean, the capacitor is high level as hell DPS, but usually when I do that, they'll grant me with it with the capacitor, not the capacitor, the chameleon or the Ouroboros. I find it kind of interesting. So to Ibra Zebra, Noob Gamer 1202, and Tuladay. Congratulations, agents. It was nice running with you guys again. I know I ran a mission with each one of you guys before, whether it was legendary or whatever it was, but highly appreciate it, guys. It was great running with you guys. Life's a game. Hope you guys tuned in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys are all excellent agents. It was fun. Got to get that selfie as per norm. Yeah, there it is, guys. So that will do it. Life's a game. I got a lot more coming, guys. You guys got to totally be patient with me. The fire is going to continue as it always does. GG's.